What's up, pals? Welcome to another episode of the Your Random Pal channel. And today I'm in Elizabethtown, Kentucky to check out the Swope's Museum of Yesteryear. Now, the Swope family has been in the car dealing business for quite some time. Back in my hometown of Louisville, Kentucky, Sam Swope had a bunch of dealerships, sold a variety of different makes and model cars. But he passed away, and shortly after they sold off the businesses in Louisville. But the family, the Swope family, still owns car dealerships out here in Elizabethtown, and they got this nice car museum here. It's free, it's open to the public. Just check for the hours and the days that they operate, and you come inside and check out cars from the early 1900s all the way up to the muscle car era in the 1960s. So let's go inside and have a look-see. Now, they do have a event going on, so they got some tables and chairs set up. So if you come here, normally it wouldn't be set up there, but got cars all over the place. Love this Jaguar. These Jaguars are so beautiful, from the 50s, and I mean, this is like a color synonymous with Jaguar, the hunter green color. And you got the classic 57 Chevy right here. This one is the Bel Air model. They even got this really cool display case with model cars in it. A lot of these cars they're really old, and I'm not familiar with all of them, so you kind of have to read and see what they are. This one here is the 36 Royce Phantom 3. And just back in the day, look how long these hoods are on these cars. A lot of these cars had really big engines, but they were straight. They're not the typical V pattern engine that we see today. It might be like a straight 8 or straight 12, something like that, something crazy. Also got some more cars, die-cast over here in the case. This is luxury back in the day, as you can see. All the little gadgets and stuff. Got a roll-up partition window here. And this one here is right-hand drive. That's how England's set up. British car. Check out this detail on this old ride here. The brake light actually says stop right there. This tire reminds me kind of like a huge bicycle tire. It's skinny and tall. But that's how they were back in the day. They had really narrow wheels, narrow tires. It was like wagon wheels back then. Very roomy this car is. See what it is, for that matter. This is a Nash 1920 Nash 6 touring car. You do a lot of touring. Very roomy in this car. Here we have a 1925 Pierce Arrow. I like the hood scoop on this thing. It reminds me of the Mopars with the air grabber scoops. And check out the hood ornament on this. It's like a Greyhound. 32 Ford V8. This is a beautiful convertible right here. And we got the whole thing about Bonnie and Clyde, what this car will remind you of. Although it does have the bullet holes in it. It does have the rumble seat in the back. Put the mother-in-law back there. In front of me we have a 1938 Packards Super 8. And check out the hood ornament on here. I was at another show and I called this a swan, which it looks like a swan, but the owner corrected me. It's called a quarteron. And I asked him about it, and it says the species of the bird or swan, but it's what it's called is a quarteron. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. These Packards, they were luxury back in the day. I mean, look at this. You got a spare tire on this side of the car, and you got a spare tire on this side of the car. I mean, 2 spare tires. Today's cars don't even have 1 spare tire. You just use a can of Fix-A-Flat today. So this one had full-size spares mounted on the fenders. It's got this humpback trunk on it. These cars are long. I mean, this is long like a limousine, even though it's not a limo, but it is very roomy. I mean, look at all the room you have in the back. Plenty of leg room. Not like today's cars, cramped up in the back, if they have back seats. And we have another Packard here, 1928 Packard, 443 7-passenger sedan. This one here has a different type of hood ornament. Pretty cool. It also features 2 full-size spares, and notice how they mount the mirrors on the spare tires. You get into the early 1900s, I should say, and that's how they did it on some cars. Quite a few people in here today for an event. Here we have an old Dodge. This is a 1927 Dodge 4-door.
You know, I saw this thing on TV the other day, and they were talking.
Got the wood wheels on it. And it's blue on blue.
I don't even know how they make that work.
I gotta say, this Charger Hellcat SRT is the oddball of the bunch in here. This is the newest vehicle in here. 2023, 807 horsepower. As you can see, everything else in here is a lot older. For some reason, they have this Charger Hellcat parked in here with this lime green, slime green paint job. I mean, it's even got the plastic on the intake there still. Supercharged Hemi, huge air filter. Thing is crazy fast. All right, moving our attention back to the old school cars. 1920 Page touring car. It's a beautiful royal blue on black. Reminds me of the color scheme you see on a lot of the 30s Bugattis that are iconic. They got this bright blue, kind of royal blue paint on them.
Oh yeah,
The 1931 Packard here. And this one, maybe it's a cheaper model, but it's only got one mirror on one of the spare tires.
We didn't realize
But it has both spare tires on the fenders. Guess you had to pay extra for that extra mirror. Got the rumble. See, look at this. There's an opening on the side. And you got fitted luggage back here on the back. That is a cool contraption right there. And even got steps here so you could kind of ride on the rear quarters here. This is where you put your golf clubs. Unique little door right there. Didn't know they had that.
and stuff like that. But
and I'm staring at a 1939 Rolls Royce, British car. This is a true British car. Right-hand drive, that is. This is interesting as it doesn't have the side view mirrors. It does have a little mirror mounted in the center of the dash there. But unlike these Packards, they don't have the mirrors mounted on the spare tires. It's even got the British plate on the back, which is cool. And a 1930 Hupmobile Victoria. That's a name you hardly ever hear, but it's kind of funny sounding. Got a lot of louvers beside this hood there. Notice how it's hinged in the center, so a lot of these old cars here, you can open up from either side. This one's even got a spotlight on the driver's side, kind of like old cop car. And here is the trunk of the car. It's kind of external. It's not really part of the car, but it's mounted externally on here, just like this car next to it. Another Packard. Let's see what year this one is. This one's a 1933. Seems like this museum has a market cornered on the Packards, although there is a Packard museum in around Dayton, Ohio. so they would probably have the most, but this one's got quite a few. We got a 1932 Packard Light 8 touring sedan. This one's got the quarter-on swan hood ornament, you could say. And check out the center caps on these Packards. It looks like a stop sign on the center caps. Just needs the word stop right there, right? Red octagon. This one doesn't have the trunk compartment, but it looks like you could put this down and mount one on it, just like the car next to it. And here's one. You can see it's, I don't know if you call it a rack. I would call it a rack for the trunk. Well, you got these places you can put your feet on. This helps you get into the rumble seat. That's what it's for. You get up here in the rumble seat. You see the people, some people, older folks, would be complaining about they had to get in that thing. This one here, it's a 1931 LaSalle convertible. LaSalle is a companion brand of Cadillac. Of course, it was killed off probably around the Great Depression. They dropped the LaSalle make from the lineup. Now we got a Chrysler. This is a 1936 Chrysler Airflow Imperial Series C10. This is a very iconic design. You don't see these cars much at all, but you might see them in a museum. It's just the kind of Art Deco look, the Art Deco period. And you can see how the nice curves would make the airflow over it pretty well. This windshield, this split windshield, is pretty cool. It pops out. Get a lot of airflow in there. That's like old-timey air conditioning right there. I like how it's got the skirts on the rear quarters. Covers up the wheels. And you got a split rear window. It's got a nice detail. Looks like a spider web on the tail lights right there. I like that little detail. That's what that reminds me of. Got the four doors. Looks like they, yeah, this one's hinged this way, so that's a back door is a suicide door. And another Chrysler. This one's a 1932 Chrysler Sport Coupe. This one, even for brown colors, it kind of stands out. It's brighter than these other cars. You got red wheels with the white walls. They're kind of orangish, actually. And this bright sand color and bright brown color. Usually these are like dark colors, but this one is bright compared to these other cars in here. Nice, comfy rumble seat back here. It'd be funny if the rumble seats ever made a comeback. I doubt they will. And they don't have seat belts in them. And if they made them in modern day times, they would have to put airbags somewhere back here. Airbag coming out of the trunk, right? Look at this cool Chrysler signage with the emblem on the wall. That thing is huge. I mean, look at that. It's what, 5 foot, 6 foot long. I like the little, you see the little fan there? That's a primitive air conditioning right there mounted on the steering column. Put some ice behind it or something. Yeah. Really cool off, right?
Cooled around the garage a little bit, so I got something outside I want to show it to you.
This is a little bit of a newer car. This is a 1953 Packard Mayfair. Yeah. And check out the, I guess it's a quarter-on, maybe a swan hood ornament. It's definitely different design than the 30s hood ornament, but you can still see it's that got that bird on it. This is like a lemon twist yellow. It's very faint. Check out the design on these side mirrors here. Even the side mirrors got a lot of design to them. Got a two-tone interior. That dash is just simply gorgeous. It matches the roof on it, on the car. Chrome trim everywhere. Not quite fins, but close. Check out the rear emblem right here. That is really cool looking.
My friend, you came out well. That's a heck of a gift.
Yeah.
Skip around here and show you
As it turns
close
out,
up of the interior here.
deal didn't go through.
I mean, beautiful, beautiful dash. If you look by the gauges, there's an engine turn dash bezel, which reminds me a lot of the 70s Trans Ams. They had an engine turn dash bezel, but this predates that.
Okay, quick on, but yeah, keep enjoying.
Got a 1921 Dodge here. Check out the Dodge Brothers emblem back in the day. That's a really old logo. Cool hood ornament right here, kind of a radiator cap, I guess you could say. And this one, they got the hood open, so let's take a peek. These cars in here look to be pretty much all original cars. You don't see them hot rodded out. This is the way they would have came back in the day from the factory. And sometimes you gotta look up or you'll miss things. Check out that big Packard dealership sign right there. That is really cool. It's really huge. So when you go to these museums or what have you, I always gotta remember to look up and miss some details. This one's got the brake light that says stop on it. I don't know if that is factory or a little aftermarket thing back in the early 1900s, but nice little touch there. And you got this little offshoot of a room. It looks like it's bigger, but it's got mirrors on the back wall there. Right here we got the famous Ford Model T. It's 1914 runabout version. The brass area. You see they use a lot of brass on these cars. The radiator's brass. The headlights are brass. Horn over here is brass. Check out this. I guess that's the trunk compartment. Interesting thing. And it's got one brake light on it. They made a lot of these Model Ts, but you sure don't see them too much. Unless you go to a museum. You don't really see them on the roads too much because they're slow, or if you do see them, you've been hot rodded out. So to see an original one like that, you don't see them too often. Let's see what this one is here. 1929 Ford Model A. Check out the bird radiator cap on this Ford. Not quite for sure what bird it is. It looks really familiar, but maybe I'm having a brain fart. It's a good museum to come and see these cars in original condition. Learn about automotive history out here. Here we have something you probably never heard of, a 1910 brush. Brass air, obviously. I like how they have this, looks like a belt. Well, it is a belt, but looks like a belt you'd wear on your pants. And it's holding the roof down. And that engine is super, super tiny. Let's see, it's got 10 horsepower. It's like a go-kart motor. Single cylinder vertical motor. Go up to 27 miles an hour. So, tells you a little bit about it. But it only weighed 800 pounds. And the selling price back in the day was $600. Which, probably back then was a lot of money. Today, it's hardly anything for a car. Notice how the tires are white. Before the tire technology evolved, these are like primitive tires. The tires were white, and eventually they turned into black tires, or you'll see like black tires with white walls are really popular, but originally tires were white. They were all white. This one's got the hand crank here, so you don't have a key to start the thing. You gotta get out in front of it and pull with your might, turn it over, and get it started that way. 32 Plymouth Sport Roadster. I'll get you a close-up of the hood ornament here. It's like a woman with wings. We got the Plymouth. Looks like a Mayflower ship right here on the emblem. It's got the mirrors mounted on the spare tires here. Full-size spares. Wire spokes. And this popping red interior. Even the rumble seat's got a red upholstery on it.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, it is.
Now we got a 1919 Model T Ford Coupe. See, this one's got the all white tires. I imagine these tires get dirty real quick since they're all white. There's the radiator cap. This kind of radiator cap almost reminds me of something Von Dutch would do. Like the wings, it needs like an eyeball right there, but that's what it reminds me of. It does all the like pinstriping and artwork. Real famous guy. There's the engine. Kind of small, but not as small as the one-cylinder car over there. Check out the door handles on this thing. Almost looks like you're in some kind of big phone booth from back in the day. And check out the brake light right there. That's really cool. That one's a lot bigger than the other ones. The stoplight there. Show you some of the suspension system on it. A lot different than how they do the cars these days.
Might be coming.
See you leave also?
Yeah.
1924 Chrysler 70B Touring. Another radiator cap with wings.
Carla, you'd be good. You'd be okay.
It's got a huge spotlight on the driver's side here. This one's a very plain interior on this one. It's not real fancy. Just roomy and comfortable. A nice big running board here. Easy to step up on. This one, the spare tire, even has a cover over it. Keep it from the elements. Another brass era car right here. 1914 Model T Ford Touring. Look at that motor there. Really skinny tires, not much wider than a bicycle tire on this car. And now the muscle car era. 1969 Chevy Camaro 350 SS. This one's got a demon carburetor it's sporting. Kind of at first glance I thought maybe this is kind of original. It's got the markings on the hose, but it's been hot rodded a bit. Got the chrome valve covers that say Chevy on it. Unlike a lot of the other cars, this one is modified. Looks like an Excel distributor there. Aftermarket wires. Got the automatic transmission. The inside, other than the gauges under the dash, and there's a gauge on the steering wheel, attack, looks pretty stock. Show you that big tack, Sport Comp tack. Here we have a 1948 Chrysler New Yorker 3-window coupe. That's a huge engine bay. The split windshields, got the separator there. This dash is really interesting. I mean, look at the radio area. All kinds of buttons and knobs. Kind of reminds me a little bit of an aircraft, how it has all kinds of buttons and knobs. Beautiful interior. Huge trunk on it. This one they put the spare tire in the trunk. But you could put all kind of stuff in there. It just goes way back. It's a very deep trunk. And we got a Dodge with the fluid drive right next to this car here. Two-tone paint. You can see the dash is kind of similar to this one. The steering wheel though is different, totally different. This one here is called a luxury liner. It's a Dodge. They don't have the information on it. Those white walls really set off those wheels, that's for sure. Okay, so here it is. A small 1941 Chrysler launched a brand new car called the Dodge Luxury Liner. So that's what this is called. Check out that beautiful steering wheel. That's a work of art. And over here we got a 1941 Buick Super Sport Coupe, dressed in black. It's a Buick 8. It's got the, I guess, a straight 8. Pretty sure it's straight, not a V8.
Any questions?
Checking out the room. Check out the dash panel. Kind of has an engine turn look.
Straight 8, original 41 Dodge.
It's got the rear quarter skirts on it. Beautiful, and it just adds to this aerodynamic, curvy look of this car. Even on the back it lets you know it's a Buick 8. Got the little deer emblem right there. Zoom in on that.
Beautiful cars, huh?
Yeah, beautiful. And most of them are all original kind of condition, which is really cool. It's nice to see it, you know, how it came from the factory.
Look at this one.
Yeah, I just filmed that one. That one's a little bit hot rodded, but pretty original looking.
I was in high school when these came out. I had a whole bunch of friends that all had 67 Camaros. And they were just, and that's all, that color was the original color.
Yeah.
The wheels are not.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got some upgrades to the engine. It's got demon carb and stuff, but
it's too bad that they didn't have the original Chevy rally wheels. They were beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, really beautiful wheels.
I really like a lot of the factory wheels, especially on the Pontiacs from the muscle car era. So.
Well, I had a friend that had a GTO 65. One had a 66. I was not a car guy. I had a Volkswagen. But I had friends. You were either a Dodge guy, driving Challengers or Chargers, the first ones, and then you were a Ford guy. A friend of mine had a 66 Mustang. Another friend had a 67. And I remember when I was 13, a buddy of mine, his mom, bought one of the first 63.5 Mustangs right off the. How much she paid for it? $1,600, brand new. Crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Take a lot of pictures.
Well, thank you.
What happened to Michigan? I thought Michigan was one of the.
And there's a few more cars left to cover. Got a 1931 Chevy convertible cabriolet. It's like a bird ornament right there, almost like an eagle with its pointed beak. Green and yellow, interesting color combination. Look inside, it's dark brown. Got an engine turn dash bezel right in the center there. Gauges are in the center, which is unusual for today, but I guess back in the day, putting gauges in the center of the car was not that unusual.
Notice that the door locks on that side. It's because they always parked against a curb.
Okay.
And that's why.
Cool.
So they would lock this side, get out on that side and lock it.
Huh, cool. Thank you. And then they got rumble seat back here, external luggage compartment. And check out these really cool tail lights. The Chevrolet with the bow tie logo. Those are nice. I like those. All right, let's head outside before I wrap this up. There's Couple cars out here I'll show you. Got a Packard, you can see, looks like the stop sign in the center caps. And this one doesn't have the quarter-on hood ornament. It actually reminds me of the statue out in front of the Skip Barber Museum. I think those may be based on Greek gods, I can't remember. God of speed or something crazy like that. Not for sure what year it is. It doesn't have the paper on it. Check this one out. Bright colors. This is a kind of unusual paint scheme for a really old car. White and blue. That is one fancy looking hood ornament, radiator cap, however you want to say it. If y'all are sports fans, this looks like a UK Wildcat collar from Kentucky. I mean, that's what people gravitate to and think of. Even the dash in here is blue. I'm not for sure. It says LAS here. I don't know if that's a LaSalle. It's kind of what I'm thinking.
32 Cadillac LaSalle.
All right, cool. I was right. It's LaSalle. Thank you, thank you. So the LaSalles say LAS on them. You can even see the LAS on the rear spare right here. It says Cadillac Motor Car Company.
Y'all, this is no food or drink.
Check this ride out right here. It's got 3 splits in the rear window,
What if you let me stand right here?
which is rather unusual. Beautiful luxury car. Go down here to the center cap. You can see this Cadillac logo right there in the center caps. Beautiful, beautiful hood ornament there.
But she said that y'all knew.
I like how it's kind of, the spare tires are half hidden in the fenders here. And here we have something from the 60s, Pala SS convertible, and this is bright. This will you need sunglasses to stare at this thing. So bright out here with the sun gleaming on it. And this one here is a 4-speed. It's got 3 pedals. Check it out how they got the skirts on the rear wheels. Just want to enjoy a hot summer day, drink a Coca-Cola and ride around this thing. Well, pals, that is a wrap for today's episode. Hope you enjoyed today's video from the Swope Cars of Yesterday, or Yesteryear Museum, I should say. Till next episode, don't worry, be random.
And if you never want to miss another Random Car video,
Remember, ring that bell.